Hello and happy Multichrome Monday. If this is your first time here, my name is Millie and I love any makeup, especially shiny, shifty, and sparkly eyeshadows. And today I'm going to be talking about some new Multichrome eyeshadows from Glam Beauty. They have basically extended the Color Me Multi collection and there's a bunch of new shades. I just have them in this empty palette. I'm going to be showing you swatches of all of them. I'm not going to be doing comparisons in this video, but I will be in the future. And I will also be creating 3 looks, so you will really get to see how some of these perform. For the most part, these seem to be like a slightly flakier formula, more similar to the Color Me Multis. This part, they do smooth out, especially if you use your finger or even with a brush, but these are so sparkly. And I did receive these shadows in PR from Glam Beauty. And also, thank you so much to Glam Beauty for sponsoring today's video on these eyeshadows. So exciting always to be able to work with a small indie brand, especially when it's all about shifty, shiny, sparkly eyeshadows. So let's get right into the 3 looks, and then at the end of the video, I will give you some of my thoughts. Forgot to turn the mic on, but I went in with Candy from Devinah Cosmetics and I put it into the crease, and I'm going to be packing it all over the lid just as a base. Gonna be a pretty simple look, just layering the shimmer shadows over the matte. And then I'm gonna take a clean brush and some setting powder and just go over the edges and blend it here, but also blend away any fallout that I might have. Taking the blue underneath my lower lash line, just right up against it. I'm not going to take it all the way across, just about halfway in. Putting on some Gimme Glow Harder Shimmer Primer, and I'm going to put that almost all over the lid. I'm actually kind of contemplating just going in with my finger, but I do want to see how these apply first with a brush. I'm going to be using this Hakuhodo brush. It is J004G, and it has a little bit of tooth to it, so we'll pick this up pretty nicely. And I'm going to put that onto the outer portion of my lid, and these are pretty sheer for the most part, so you can really layer them. Just going in with a little bit more. I think you could really just get a little bit of sparkle if you wanted to, or you could go in with your finger and put on a little bit of a thicker layer. So that was the shade I Need Vitamin C. And then next I'm going in with Newly Minted with the other side of the brush. This is how it picks up, so you can see it's a little bit on the flaky side. So we're just going to see how that applies. Sometimes these kinds of shadows can look textured once you put them on the lid if you put on too much, but that blended out really nicely. So here's the first finished look. For the second look, I'm going to be going into my Lethal Cosmetics mattes, and I'm first going in with Helios, and it's going to go right onto the inner crease. This is going to be 3 matte eyeshadows and 2 of the new Glam Beauty shadows, and just going in with a little bit more, kind of tapping it on. And then next to that, I'm going to go in with Quick Save, which is like a really beautiful peachy, and to blend it out a bit more. And then on the outer corner, going in with Corrosion, also from Lethal Cosmetics, just to deepen it up. And I'm going to use the other fluffier brush with some of the yellow on it and just blend that out. I'm going to go into the peachy shade as well. Just everything is going to help blend it out. I actually think I need another brush. I need something that's a little bit less stiff, because I do feel like this kind of stuck down here. So I'm just working it, there we go. Just working it out here. And then taking that Corrosion underneath to connect with my lower lash line. Again, just a little bit. I'm not going to take it all the way. And then I'm going to go in and blend out this a little bit more, going in with the peachy shade. Really blending it out into a V. Taking the Gimme Glow Harder Primer and just putting it and cutting, doing like a like half cut crease. I think I put on a little bit too much, so I'm just gonna tap on it. And then I'm gonna take the same brush I was using in the previous look, the Hakuhodo brush, and I just wiped it off so there's no shimmer on it. It is just a little bit stained. And I'm going in with the shade On Wednesdays We Wear Pink. It's a cute name. Just kind of going back and forth in it, and this is how it picks up, and it's gonna go right on the outer edge. You can see it's very translucent. So this will definitely layer really beautifully, like over a purple, pink, and blue. Just going back in with a little bit more. Just want a little bit more oomph there. And then on the inner portion, I'm going to be taking the shade Peach for the Stars. Lots of puns. And that is so, so beautiful. You really just need a little bit. Here's a second finished look. Onto the third look, going in with Sequins from Lethal Cosmetics. I'm just going to be putting that right into the crease. Then taking Nocturnal from Lethal Cosmetics, and I'm going to do a halo eyes and popping that into my inner lid, as well as my outer lid, or outer crease rather. I'm just going to packing it on first. And I'm going to go back in with Sequins on the brush. Just blend it out here, blend it here. Just come back in with a little bit more. I feel like it got a little patchy. And then taking that underneath my lower lash line, but just a little bit, and then under here too. Just the tiniest little smudge on there really. And then going back in with the purple, and then going in with the Gimme Glow Glow Harder primer, just a little bit. This is probably too much actually. I'm gonna wipe off my finger and I'm gonna put that right in the center of my lid. Going in with Diamond in the Sun on the same brush I've been using, and I'm just gonna basically lay this down right in the center. I am gonna go back in with my finger and just layer it over so you can see, you can get it even more. I mean, that's already pretty opaque, but here's what that looks like picked up with my finger and then just putting it on. Do you see how it just amps it up quite a bit? So definitely that is an option. If you want it a little bit more sheer, go in with a brush. If you want it a little bit more opaque, you can go in with your finger. Just gonna make sure I match this eye as well. Here's the third finished look. If you want sparkle, if you want shine, then these are definitely for you. Do you need all these shades? Of course not. I would just pick and choose whichever ones you feel like would really fit your day-to-day or what you like to wear. There are definitely some shadows that are a little bit more maybe like wearable every day, and some of these are also very topper-like, so you could just, if you wanted just a little bit of sparkle to just amp up a look, you could just dab a little bit with your finger. If you have hooded lids, I definitely recommend some sort of a glitter primer or something that is sticky and then sets down, because these are definitely more likely to have fallout. If you have hooded lids, when I wore one of the shades all day, I did use a glitter primer and I still had a little bit of fallout. I might have put on too much over the glitter primer, and that's why there was some excess falling off, but that is something to keep in mind. I do want to mention that Touch of Glam Beauty has very long shipping times, like 1 to 2 months plus. I have experience with that personally. Before I got PR, I did order from them quite a few times, and so I do have experience with that firsthand. I wanted to give you a heads up in case you're interested in any of these, that is something to definitely think about if that bothers you. I have definitely waited quite a few times for months for orders from all kinds of indie brands. So let's talk about some of my favorite shades. I obviously haven't used all of these, but definitely the shade I used yesterday, I believe it was Diamond in the Sun. That one is so beautiful, like with some taupey kind of mattes. Beach Cobbler is also really beautiful for an everyday kind of multi-chrome that gives you that sparkle. Again, these are all super, super shiny and sparkly, which I love that, because you know that's what I'm all about. So let me know in the comments below which shade is your favorite, and if you picked any of these up, I would love to hear your thoughts. And thanks again so much to Touch of Glam Beauty for sponsoring today's video. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribe. There's so much indie makeup content uploading my channel and much more to come. You don't want to miss out. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.